Hello friends, Julie Gualandri here with the Julie G Homes Group at Austin Portfolio Real Estate with your Real Estate Minute for October 2023. I can't believe how fast the year is going, and today I have months of inventory on the brain. It's been super interesting in my real estate practice here over the last couple of months as I have had listings and I've taken buyers kind of all over Austin. And where we like to talk about, the most frequent question I always get is, how's the market? And honestly, the answer is it depends on where you're looking or where you're living, where you're trying to buy or sell. Because right now, there is some serious differences in months of inventory, even just by zip code. So I was thinking about that and wanting to talk about that today. So I did pull some data that I have in my hand here. So I'm gonna look at it to share it with you so I don't get any of the numbers wrong. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So we have the kind of the southwest part of town. We have the Westlake part of town is kind of a popular area. And then we have Bee Cave and Dripping Springs and Spicewood. And they all have different levels of inventory. And I think I would explain it by really where is there land to develop. So in the areas where there is more land to develop, guess what? Builders are developing them even if the market demand is soft right now, because builders just keep building. That's what they have to do. That's their business model. So I'm just going to give you some quick numbers here. So in 78739, that would be kind of the Circle C area in Southwest Austin. Very, very popular, has great schools, all the things. We have 2.62 months of inventory. And I promise you that is because, drum roll please, there is no new construction that's even possible in that zip code. It's pretty much built out. So the other thing that's happening is it's Q4, the time of year when the market gets a little quieter. People don't want to be on the market during the holidays. Plus, the interest rate environment is not super exciting right now to buyers. They don't want to pay, in the 7s up to 8%. They're not ready. They haven't wrapped their heads around that yet. So even though we have that softness in the market, we have very little inventory. So 2.62 months. That is hardly anything. That is a big time seller's market. So if you happen to be contemplating selling, now actually wouldn't be a bad time. And I'll tell you that months of inventory, that will probably rise up again as we get into January, February, because that's when we head into the spring selling season. So let me just contrast that. 78749 is an adjacent zip code to 78739. In fact, part of Circle C is in that zip code. And they have 2.84 months of inventory. So that is just slightly more, and still, I'll remind you that a balanced real estate market, statistically speaking, has about 6.5 months of inventory. So super low. So let's move on to Westlake. That is, boy, when people are coming from out of town and they start reading about Austin and trying to figure out where they want to live, Westlake is usually high on their list of exploration. So we have two zip codes in there, 78746 and 78733. So 78746 has 6.3 months of inventory. So what's going on in the Westlake area is there actually is still developable land. So that is taking some pressure off, because there are spec homes that were built. There is builder inventory, not in any large scale developments because there isn't that much land available, but there's definitely individual properties or maybe 3 or 4 homes being developed on larger tracts in the Westlake area. So 6.3 months of inventory there. The adjacent community, the zip code to that is still considered Westlake, is 78733. And that zip code has 6.92 months of inventory. So that is a little farther out from downtown. And also they have a little more land, for people to be developing. So that explains that. Then we go out to Dripping Springs. The Hayes County has vast tracts of land, and you will see their months of inventory right now is 8.32. So imagine if you're a developer, you probably started trying to develop a piece of property years before there's ever a road or something to talk to an individual consumer about. So that's another reason builders just keep going, because the cycle time is so long that by the time they stop and start, they would never get anything finished and they would go out of business. So that's another reason. But Dripping Springs, 8.32 months of inventory right now, and that is a buyer's market. So if you are interested in the Dripping Springs area, now would be a good time to be looking. And the builders that are selling these properties often will do buy downs. They're going to do whatever they need to do through pricing incentives and including closing cost incentives that would include buying down interest rates. So it could be an incredible time to move to Dripping Springs. Bee Cave is the other one on my mind this morning. 7.24 months of inventory. So once again, that is an area that has more developable space. So again, you're going to see that the inventory level is higher because of the builder activity. And I'll give you one last one, Spicewood. That is, we all used to think, maybe, I don't know, I've lived here a long time. Spicewood used to be way, way out, and now it is not. And it is the next frontier. There's a lot of development going on there, and they have 13.32 months of inventory. That is over a year's worth of inventory. So if you're interested in Spicewood, now is a great time to engage there as well. So that is it about just, making the point that how's the market, how is inventory is highly dependent upon location. So if you want to explore any locations with me, obviously I'm available. Give me a call. And I hope you have a great November. Happy Thanksgiving in advance. And I'll be reporting to you again right after that. Take care.